Hey there, ocean enthusiasts. Welcome to a quick note where we dive into the depths of the sea's mysteries. Today, we're unraveling the captivating tales of giant squids and their encounters with watercraft. From legendary Kraken battles to real-life ship surprises, it's a sea adventure you won't want to miss. Before we plunge in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more intriguing content, and let's explore the secrets of the deep together. Long, long ago, in the mysterious world of Scandinavian tales, there was a colossal sea monster known as the Kraken, a massive creature lurking in the open waters, sending shivers down the spines of sailors. Back in 1180, when the seas were like the Wild West, King Sverre of Norway jotted down the first ever Kraken encounter. This creature was no joke. It had a taste for ships, especially the big ones. Imagine sailing the seas and suddenly this sea giant with 8 legs appears. Terrifying, right? No one really knew what the Kraken exactly was because sightings were rarer than a shooting star. All they could tell was that it was enormous, had 8 legs, yep, like a spider, and it didn't care one bit about humans. In fact, humans were like its favorite snack. And here's the wild part. If the Kraken couldn't catch a ship with its 8 legs, it would swirl around it like a speed demon, creating a massive whirlpool. The poor ship would get sucked into the abyss of the ocean. Talk about a sea showdown. So next time you're out at sea, just be thankful the Kraken is only a legend. Or is it? Today we know that the Kraken is nothing but a legend. But with the prevalence of stories and claims from countries around the world, surely there was something in the water that was freaking people out. Was it really a giant man-eating monster? Or was it a sea creature that has only recently been identified? So is there a real Kraken? So let's dive into the real-life mystery behind the Kraken. Turns out this legendary sea monster might have a not-so-mythical origin. Drumroll, please. It's the giant squid. The first real snapshots of a giant squid happened in 2004, and they're like underwater giants stretching up to 13 meters long and weighing a whopping 900 kilograms. That's like having a colossal sea creature cruising in the depths of the ocean. These giant squids aren't your social butterflies. They prefer the solitary life. Nobody exactly knows how deep they like to chill, but it's guessed to be somewhere between 300 to 1,000 meters below the ocean surface. That's like having your own private underwater penthouse. Humans hardly ever stumble upon these giants unless they're not feeling well or are on their way out. That's why most pictures you find online are of giant squid carcasses. It's like a peek into their mysterious world when they're not at their best. If you ever find yourself near Newfoundland, Norway, or the British Isles, consider yourself in the hot spot for giant squid encounters. These places have super deep waters, making them unintentional hangout spots for giant squids who end up caught by surprised fishermen. So the next time someone spins a Kraken tale, remember, it might just be a giant squid making waves. Let's take a closer look at the giant squid. It's like something out of a deep-sea adventure. Imagine this creature with not 1 but 8 arms and a pair of longer tentacles to help it grab a bite to eat. The head or mantle is shaped like a spade, and it's got 2 fins to help it navigate the underwater world. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Giant squids have not 1 but 2 eyes. One eye is in the front, like most creatures, but the other one is in the back. It's like having eyes in the back of your head. Literally. This unique setup helps them keep an eye out for both dinner and any potential threats, especially the notorious sperm whale. And get this, their eyes are massive, a whopping 10 inches in diameter, almost as big as the dinner plate you'll be using tonight. But that's not all. They've got a beak like their squid cousins, and their suckers are surrounded by a ring of razors. Talk about a creature equipped for underwater living. Now, why do these sea creatures become such giants? It's a phenomenon called deep-sea gigantism. The deep ocean, where these giants hang out, is a challenging place with lower temperatures, scarce food, and reduced chances of becoming someone else's dinner. It's like a survival strategy to grow big in this extreme environment where they live between 4,000 to 6,000 meters below the ocean surface. Imagine a world of complete darkness, making up 83% of the ocean and 60% of the planet's surface. It's a mysterious zone that makes you wonder what other incredible creatures are lurking down there. Delving into the world of giant squids is like exploring an enigma. Scientists wish they could spill all the secrets, but the deep sea keeps them well guarded. These fascinating creatures and the whole deep-sea gigantism phenomenon are like puzzles waiting to be solved. The thing is, their homes are so deep down below the surface that studying them is like trying to unravel a mystery in the dark. It's a real challenge for scientists. The inaccessibility, the rare sightings, and those spine-chilling photos make it like piecing together a puzzle with missing pieces. Just like the Kraken from Legends, the giant squid remains a bit of a mystery. The less we know, the more our imaginations run wild. Are they really the sea monsters out there hunting humans and sinking ships as the old tales tell? It's like a game of fill in the blanks with our minds. The truth might be out there in the deep sea, but for now, it's a mystery that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Who knows what surprises the deep sea holds, right? So are giant squid a threat to humans? Ahoy! Let's unravel the mystery of whether sailors had a genuine reason to fear the legendary Kraken, and whether giant squids deserve a bad rap like sharks did in Jaws. Now, the giant squid, unlike its mythical reputation, doesn't have a taste for humans. Its usual menu consists of fish and other squid. Yep, they are cannibals in their own right. But that doesn't mean you'd want to stumble into their deep-sea territory. These giants are stealthy hunters lurking from below. Spotting them before they strike is like finding a needle in a haystack. So you won't be out swimming it. Chances are you won't even realize it's coming until it's too late. Down you go into the dark depths, away from prying eyes. Your eardrums probably burst from the pressure change, and your bones might be breaking under the squeeze of those tentacles. Now here comes the gruesome part. The giant squid feasting. Beak and radula, a tongue covered in sharp teeth, come into play. It's a scene you'd want to skip in the horror movie of the deep sea. But hold your seahorses. Why aren't we all terrified to dip our toes in the ocean? Why don't beaches have giant squid warnings? Well, the comforting reality is that these giants dwell so deep down that running into one during your beach vacation is like winning a lottery in reverse. Almost impossible. Jaws had sharks as villains because it's a more likely beach encounter. Not to mention Beak wouldn't be as intimidating as a movie title. But, and there's always a but, some scientists foresee more giant squid sightings as ocean temperatures rise due to climate change. So, while a giant squid attack isn't on the agenda now, it might become a tiny concern in the distant future. Until then, enjoy your ocean adventures without fearing the tentacled terrors lurking below. Are giant squids a threat to boats? Ah, the tales of the deep sea and their attempts to take on boats. It's like something out of a maritime thriller. While there's no official record of squids successfully sinking a ship or submarine, these mysterious creatures have indeed given it a shot. Here's a glimpse into the history books. The first documented attack by a giant squid on a sea vessel goes back to November 1861. The French Navy corvette Alecton, cruising near Tenerife on its way to Cayenne, had a surprise encounter with a gigantic squid. Now, back then, people were still debating whether giant squids even existed. Captain Frederick Boyer, in charge of the Alecton, saw this as an opportunity to settle the debate. The crew went into action mode, attempting to capture the creature. In a dramatic showdown, the crew opened fire on the squid. Bullets bounced off the creature like it was wearing a squid-sized bulletproof vest. Undeterred, the crew tried to lasso the squid with a rope, but it was too hefty to bring on board. In the chaos, a piece of the squid broke off and ended up in a museum for further inspection. It was later confirmed to be a giant squid by American invertebrate zoologist A.E. Verrill. Now here's the cool part. This encounter inspired none other than Jules Verne when he wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, published in 1870, just 9 years after the Alecton incident. It goes to show real-life squid adventures can be as thrilling as fiction. The sea holds tales of giant squid encounters with ships that'll make your hair stand on end. In the 1930s, the Royal Norwegian Navy's tanker, the Brunswick, faced not one, not two, but 3 separate attacks from feisty giant squids. Despite the ship weighing a whopping 15,000 tons, these squids couldn't do a dent to it. The sailors emerged unscathed, but the squids met their match with the ship's propellers. It's a mystery why the squids targeted the Brunswick, but some scientists think they might have mistaken the ship for a predator and went into defense mode. Now here's a plot twist. In 2003, during the Jules Verne Trophy race around the world, a giant squid decided to play captain. A competing yacht, captained by Olivier de Kersauzon, got a surprise visit. Kersauzon vividly recalls seeing a tentacle through a porthole, thicker than his leg, tugging hard at the boat. The squid only released its grip when Kersausen halted the vessel, leaving everyone wondering about the unexpected encounter. In a more recent and oddly heartwarming moment in 2017, a South African paddleboarder, James Taylor, went viral for his encounter with a young giant squid. The video showed the squid's many legs wrapped around the paddleboard, giving off a vibe of a friendly sea creature greeting. However, the full story revealed a different tale. The giant squid was quite sick, and Taylor recognized it was on its last legs. He attempted to bring it to shore, not for a playful encounter, but to preserve its body for research. The deep sea, it seems, has its fair share of surprises and encounters. From historic ship battles to unexpected paddleboard hitchhikes, the tales of giant squids taking on watercraft are out there. But let's be real, they don't quite match the epic intensity of legendary Kraken encounters. While giant squids do occasionally give boats a curious glance, it's more likely a case of mistaken identity than an attempt to make a metal snack out of them. Still, with those numerous legs, toothy suckers, odd-shaped head, and those giant eyes, squids can be downright terrifying. Imagine experiencing that attacking your boat centuries ago. No wonder the legend of the sea monster Kraken was born. We're living in a Kraken-obsessed world, and who can blame us? The fact that our eight-legged friend exists in some form in the real world adds a whole new layer of fascination. The deep, dark corners of our oceans hold mysteries beyond our wildest imagination. It's like Cthulhu or the Kraken might be enjoying a peaceful slumber and could decide to awaken one day, wreaking havoc upon ships once again. The sea, after all, keeps its secrets well hidden, and who knows what might be lurking beneath the surface. The Kraken's legend lives on, and the mystery of the deep sea continues to capture our imaginations. And there you have it, folks. The spine-tingling stories of giant squids and the legendary Kraken. If you enjoyed this deep-sea exploration, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to A Quick Note for more oceanic wonders, and hit that notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for joining us on this aquatic journey.